here at the Key to Soul Awakening. I'm Stacy, and I built this community for you. Why did I pick a word key, C-A-Y, that means tropical island? The answer is simple. I went from living a life in suburbia, full of roadblocks, frustration, and negativity, to living my dream life here on a tropical island in under a year, all due to a spiritual awakening. I've been a single professional and a student. I've been a working mom and a stay-at-home mom. I know what life is like from many angles, and it's all difficult when we aren't living with a high vibration, positivity, and in our highest and best life.
Hey, Mommy?
My goal is to reach as many people as possible and teach them how to live their life full of happiness with no negativity. I post personal detailed accounts of my own journey, which is always evolving, as well as how I got here from a rough past. I post teaching videos that show you, the viewer, how you can do the exact same things I did to improve your life. Guided meditations and Sunday messages to remind you to stay positive are among the topics I cover in this community. Follow the Key to Soul Awakening on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. If you enjoy learning real-life strategies to using spirituality in day-to-day life, subscribe now. And as my son Buddy says, ding ding, don't forget to hit that bell. Also, please share this video on your own social media platforms. The wider my net is, the more people I can reach to help them find their way to happiness. Thank you for helping me.
Your world. Law of attraction and vibration get me really excited because I think we can really change the world with this concept, honestly. It's such a simple concept. I'm a spiritual A-list powerhouse. You are going to want to know me, and you're going to want to have a session with me. It's free. The link's at the top in the banner, and I also put it below in the description. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell because I'm going to be having daily meditations, midday meditations, because we all need them. Let's get started. 4 myths about the law of attraction. This first one is going to hit you hard.
How did I find the Key to Soul Awakening? I found Stacy on YouTube when she was giving free live psychic readings. What drew me to contact Stacy? I had an intuitive pull to join Stacy's Patreon page after she suggested that I do. I usually never join programs or services when other people tell me to, but with Stacy, it was an effortless and natural decision. I was really impressed with the way that she answered my questions during the live readings. She went into a lot of detail without using any tarot cards, and her answers really resonated with me. I always trust psychics more when they use intuition and can hear their guides speak to them, like Stacy can, instead of just reading the pictures on tarot cards. Before I found Stacy, I was deeply depressed and very emotional. Some days I even had suicidal thoughts. I was living alone for the first time in a foreign country where few people could speak my language, so I felt very lonely. Most days when not at work, I would just lay in bed all day and cry. I felt isolated, anxious, and hopeless. When I started to work with Stacy, my life changed dramatically. I started to feel more connected and less lonely. I started to get more hope and clarity about my life for the first time in a long time. Stacy outlined all of my karmic patterns and gave me directions on how to clear it. I became more reflective about my life and started to realize how I was holding myself back. I have always been a deeply spiritual and reflective person, and I thought that I had everything figured out. But Stacy was able to point out patterns that I was unaware of, thanks to her psychic abilities and her guides. The part of the process that had the most positive impact on my life was journaling all of my feelings and learning how to release them. I also always look forward to my weekly meetings with Stacy because I feel so much more calm and assured after talking with her and her guides. She gives me guidance and makes me feel like everything will be okay. I honestly don't know what I would have done without Stacy. How did the journal process enhance my experience? Well, journaling helped me to express and release repressed emotions that I had. During some of my darkest days, journaling was probably the most useful tool that I had. I would write out everything that I was feeling and thinking, and then I would feel so much better after. One of my favorite parts is the feedback that Stacy would provide. It was especially helpful because I have something that I could go back to and read again. I can understand all the insights and wisdoms that she gave me on a deeper level when I go back and read everything over. My spiritual, emotional, and physical state is so much better right now than it was before I met Stacy. I feel very happy and light. I'm still in the process of clearing my karma, but I can feel that I'm becoming lighter and happier day by day. The darkness that I felt in my soul is starting to clear for the first time in a long time, and I feel so much more hopeful about my future. So, would I recommend the Key to Soul Awakening to friends? Absolutely! Stacy is very patient, kind-hearted, and understanding. I feel safe telling her how I feel and everything that I'm struggling with. When going through a dark period in life, it is so helpful to have someone there to guide you. Stacy outlined all of my patterns that I have been struggling with and helped me to see patterns that I was not aware that I even had. If you want to live your best and most fulfilling life, clear your karma, and become hopeful about the future, then I would definitely recommend working with Stacy.
Having to do is you clear it, and the universe is like, great, they got this, they got this, they got this. And when a lot of paint chips fall down, that's when a large chunk's about to come, and life's going to get difficult. And this is when people usually give up, because they think a difficult life is you did something wrong, when really a difficult life is created for you to learn from it. And as soon as you learn that lesson, all of the chaos and difficulty is taken away. I promise. Look around. Look around. Keep looking over here because I see somebody standing there. 40s, 50s, like in a blue sweatshirt. Okay. So I lost my place thought. Okay. Yeah, so that's generally when people give up, is when it gets really hard. But the thing is, when it gets hard and you've been clearing for a long time, you're doing it right. That's what you have to do. You have to make the hard decisions. You have to crack the wall that's around you. And that's where I come in. I help my clients get through their spiritual awakenings or their dark nights of their soul, so they're not alone. I guide them and point things out to them through a process that I have developed, and it's very, very successful in getting people to their highest and best lives. I have so many clients who have done this and have said to me, Stacey, I never would have believed I would be here when I first talked to you. And yeah, every single one of them have said that, because it is true. You do not believe how much your life will change after you get through your spiritual awakening. Because what happens is people who make your life hard and situations that are difficult, and you don't need to learn those lessons anymore, just go away.
what are karmic patterns. A karmic pattern was developed in your soul's path in a past life where you weren't able to solve a problem that caused you major emotional harm. So the pattern is in your life now in order to protect you from having any of that pain that you experienced before. In general, a karmic pattern is a series of events or circumstances that repeatedly play out in a person's life. They make life difficult, if not chaotic. Karmic patterns are in all of our lives, and they push all of us in one of three ways: into the victim box, out into the world with our false self as our mask, or enlightened through a soul or spiritual awakening. Before moving into the concept of a victim box, stick around for the end of the video when you'll learn about specific pattern types and where you fit in. Also subscribe and comment on the video. Tell me if the patterns resonate with you. We all planned our lives in detail before we were born. However, we can alter timelines or specific details on the plan if our soul feels it's necessary. A pattern exists over top of the life plan, sort of like a coat of paint over top of a house. As you are walking on your life path, you excitedly grow every day as you reach your goal points on the path. These can be small, daily goals that we don't even realize are important, such as smiling at a child at the deli counter. You made a soul contract with that child's soul to smile at them, possibly to remind them of that there's good in the world. Other goals can be large, like choosing to adopt a child. But you must remember your patterns are always there, in a function of false protection. These can be small, daily goals that we don't even realize are important. Walking along with you on your life path, the pattern sees what it interprets as dangerous for you. But really, it may just be a curve in the road, or a branch that fell. The pattern wants to protect you, so it does what it can to get you off the road. It throws difficulties at you to keep you from getting hurt, from what hurt you in a former life. For example, if you lost the love of your life in a past life and never emotionally recovered from the loss, the pattern will attract only the wrong kind of people to you, so you never experience love and loss again. The pattern does not think about the effects of sending the wrong people into your life. It just clobbers you while you're walking along your life path. Once hit by the force of the pattern, some people run for cover. Imagine on your life path there's a box on the side of the road. You don't want to be hit again, so you run and climb inside for safety. The trouble is, the box is ruled by the universal law of attraction, where fear is a magnet. On the outside of the box it says victim box. Universal law says anyone sitting in the box must be harmed by anyone who comes upon it. Inside the box, you grow more rooted in not leaving because you feel a false sense of safety. The box does not move, therefore neither does the person inside. They are trapped by fear in one spot on their life path. The person needs to realize all they have to do to rid themselves of the situation and the pattern that started it is stand up and climb out, clearing the pattern. No longer thinking of themselves as a victim, the pattern clears and the person can keep moving on their life path. What are the major types of karmic patterns? That's next. But before we go on, grab something to write with and paper. You're going to start improving your life right now. The warrior pattern attracts conflict and unstable people into their lives. It's known to be strong, tough, or bullheaded. These are people that we often look at and ask, why are they so angry? The fence sitter indecisive to a point that their opinion blends into whatever you want, afraid to take one side or the other out of fear of upsetting someone. Secretly, they are frustrated that they are overlooked. The perfectionist, or overachiever, lives life to be the best, at all things, at all costs, including self and others. The duo martyr-victim is a drive to help others to a fault. When the help turns into obsession, this pattern will say, "Poor me, people are so mean, I'm just trying to help." Boundaries are a problem. A person with a shame pattern has a constant inner knowing that they are the cause for all bad things in life. They may even be told by other people, as a way for the pattern to attract bad people and reinforce itself. Shame is generally unseen due to the person not wanting to confront their perceived faults, until it evolves into a mental illness, such as depression. Sometimes this leads to suicidal tendencies because the person does not value themselves and perceives others do not value them either. Abandonment. This person will feel alone at all times, even when surrounded by people. This is due to the pattern keeping emotional distance from others. When this person does get close to someone, the relationship's always difficult. Most of the time, the person is left alone in life again, after the relationship sours to the point of no return. Sense of duty. This person is a rule follower to the extreme. For example, workaholics that say they must take care of their family financially, but then has little time to actually spend with the family. They feel guilty or overly anxious anytime they bend or go over a line. Now it's your turn. To discover what your patterns are, take a moment to write down situations that had a huge effect on your life and that you still regret. Review this video and find where the common threads are. Most people have more than one pattern. Your soul is like a house with good bones. The pattern is like a bad paint job on the house. To clear it, you have to scrape one chip at a time. Clearing is simple. All you have to do is recognize when your pattern is showing up in your life. This will happen when you feel anxious or generally bad about something. When you recognize that you're facing a pattern, you just have to say out loud or in your head, "I see it, I feel it, I release it." The more you do this, the more paint chips that come off. The most important thing to remember is that all the bad stuff that's happened in your life wasn't you. It was your pattern attracting it to you. And now that you know it's the pattern, you can control your reaction. Now that you know this about your life, the choice is yours. Clear your patterns and walk on the life path that you planned, or stay in the life as it is now.
your world. Law of attraction and vibration get me really excited because I think we can really change the world with this concept, honestly. It's such a simple concept. I'm a spiritual A-list powerhouse. You are going to want to know me, and you're going to want to have a session with me. It's free. The link's at the top in the banner, and I also put it below in the description. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell because I'm going to be having daily meditations, midday meditations, because we all need them. Let's get started. 4 myths about the law of attraction. This first one is going to hit you hard.
How did I find the key to soul awakening? I found Stacy on YouTube when she was giving free live psychic readings. What drew me to contact Stacy? I had an intuitive pull to join Stacy's Patreon page after she suggested that I do. I usually never join programs or services when other people tell me to, but with Stacy, it was an effortless and natural decision. I was really impressed with the way that she answered my questions during the live readings. She went into a lot of detail without using any tarot cards, and her answers really resonated with me. I always trust psychics more when they use intuition and can hear their guides speak to them, like Stacy can, instead of just reading the pictures on tarot cards. Before I found Stacy, I was deeply depressed and very emotional. Some days I even had suicidal thoughts. I was living alone for the first time in a foreign country where few people could speak my language, so I felt very lonely. Most days when not at work, I would just lay in bed all day and cry. I felt isolated, anxious, and hopeless. When I started to work with Stacy, my life changed dramatically. I started to feel more connected and less lonely. I started to get more hope and clarity about my life for the first time in a long time. Stacy outlined all of my karmic patterns and gave me directions on how to clear it. I became more reflective about my life and started to realize how I was holding myself back. I have always been a deeply spiritual and reflective person, and I thought that I had everything figured out. But Stacy was able to point out patterns that I was unaware of, thanks to her psychic abilities and her guides. The part of the process that had the most positive impact on my life was journaling all of my feelings and learning how to release them. I also always look forward to my weekly meetings with Stacy because I feel so much more calm and assured after talking with her and her guides. She gives me guidance and makes me feel like everything will be okay. I honestly don't know what I would have done without Stacy. How did the journal process enhance my experience? Well, journaling helped me to express and release repressed emotions that I had. During some of my darkest days, journaling was probably the most useful tool that I had. I would write out everything that I was feeling and thinking, and then I would feel so much better after. One of my favorite parts is the feedback that Stacy would provide. It was especially helpful because I have something that I could go back to and read again. I can understand all the insights and wisdoms that she gave me on a deeper level when I go back and read everything over. My spiritual, emotional, and physical state is so much better right now than it was before I met Stacy. I feel very happy and light. I'm still in the process of clearing my karma, but I can feel that I'm becoming lighter and happier day by day. The darkness that I felt in my soul is starting to clear for the first time in a long time, and I feel so much more hopeful about my future. So, would I recommend the Key to Soul Awakening to friends? Absolutely! Stacy is very patient, kind-hearted, and understanding. I feel safe telling her how I feel and everything that I'm struggling with. When going through a dark period in life, it is so helpful to have someone there to guide you. Stacy outlined all of my patterns that I have been struggling with and helped me to see patterns that I was not aware that I even had. If you want to live your best and most fulfilling life, clear your karma, and become hopeful about the future, then I would definitely recommend working with Stacy.
Having to do is you clear it, and the universe is like, great, they got this, they got this, they got this. And when a lot of paint chips fall down, that's when a large chunk's about to come and life's going to get difficult. And this is when people usually give up because they think a difficult life is you did something wrong, when really a difficult life is created for you to learn from it. And as soon as you learn that lesson, all of the chaos and difficulty is taken away. I promise. Look around. Look around. Keep looking over here because I see somebody standing there. 40s, 50s, like in a blue sweatshirt. Okay. So I lost my place. Thought. Okay. Yeah, so that's generally when people give up, is when it gets really hard. But the thing is, when it gets hard and you've been clearing for a long time, you're doing it right. That's what you have to do. You have to make the hard decisions. You have to crack the wall that's around you. And that's where I come in. I help my clients get through their spiritual awakenings or their dark nights of their soul, so they're not alone. I guide them and point things out to them through a process that I have developed. And it's very, very successful in getting people to their highest and best lives. I have so many clients who have done this and have said to me, Stacey, I never would have believed I would be here when I first talked to you. And yeah, every single one of them have said that, because it is true. You do not believe how much your life will change after you get through your spiritual awakening. Because what happens is people who make your life hard and situations that are difficult, and you don't need to learn those lessons anymore, just go away.
Hello, and welcome.
Hey everybody. I'm gonna go like this. Mute. Because I don't know which microphone I have on. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me in the chat box. And I know there's a delay, so I'm gonna wait. I am looking at my oracle cards right now, and I'm going to pick one as soon as we get started. All right, I'm thinking you can hear me because no one's telling me you can't. So if you just give me a, yep, I can hear you, that'd be good. I'm looking at the oracle cards, and I have to turn myself down because, I'm just going to take these off, I think. All right, so can you hear me? I don't know what is going on with the audio. All right, so the oracle card picked for today for everybody who's watching, and these cards always get picked specifically for people who are here with me. So let's see what comes up. All right, here we go. Card for today is you're already doing it. So everybody out there really needs to understand that when you're stressed, don't, I can hear myself. I'm going to take these off. Okay. So when you're stressed, This card already means you're already doing it, so stop overthinking it. I'm totally thinking about my friend Holly right now. Sorry, my hair. I will tell you about what happened this morning because it is such a huge lesson for everybody, having to do with karma and how to vibe with everything. I spent about 5 minutes like super upset, and then I was like, hey now. And if you listen to my beginning, it was like when things get really difficult, that's when you're clearing your karma. And you're going to see how I'm clearing my karma and how I handle that. And I want to use that as a lesson for today. But anyway, okay, so I want to say hi to all the new people here. I see a lot of new people. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so Nia, hey Nia, Gaggy's here. Lena, hey Lena, it's nice to see you again. Avash and Sagittarius Goddess. Elisa, you're new. Very nice to see you, Elisa. And I saw Apple Pie. I love your name. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cassie Ann, Neelam, Hearts Love Joe. I want to say Legos, but I don't think that's what it is. It's Lesego and Neelam, Heart Lights Joe. Thank you for subscribing. If you please subscribe and hit the bell. I have a huge announcement going on right now. Actually, I have a few. But here's what's going on. I have decided that the world has gone bonkers, and my best way of helping is I'm going to go live every day around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. And if I can get myself up 12 hours later, I'll go up at 12:30 at night Eastern Standard Time for the other side of the world. So we can all do a guided meditation together. I'm going to guide you through it because we all need to calm down. We all need to stress like less. Everything is perfectly fine because you know what? Everything is perfectly imperfect, and that's the way it's supposed to be. All right, so those of you who are new, hey Rachel from California, hey Christina, nice to see you. Christina is one of my good friends from where I used to live. Bob, I want to say thank you to Bob. He is visiting his mother in the States right now. So he is on here. Everyone thank Bob for taking his time on Mother's Day because he should be with his mother, but I forgot it was Mother's Day because that's just how organized I am with time and daily. Time and date doesn't mean real much to me anymore. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there. And really, I just talked to my aunt a few minutes ago, and it really, you don't have to really give birth to a child to be a mother. So if you are close to a child and you have, teachers are really big. Like, if you've touched the life of a child, this is your day. So thank you for being in the world, and thank you for showing the kindness to your children. And maybe not just kindness, but like boundaries, which I'm going to get to in a second. Okay, I want to show you real quick. Here we go. I got this from my little one, Lionel. He made it in school. I'm so happy. He was very proud of himself. And then this one, 3D, I got this a couple years ago, but Lilybeth 3D printed this, which I still don't understand 3D printing, and I think it's wicked cool. And my oldest one, because he forgot it was Mother's Day, he is trading me for helping me around the house today, which I'll take. Okay. All right. I'm going to keep the sage going the whole time because I have to tell you, it's been bananas around here. And I might get to this later. I was very sick a couple weeks ago. That's why we haven't had lives. But I want you all to know when you're clearing your karma and your vibration is raising and you're raising into the 5D, it comes through your body, you get sick. And I got really sick. And ever since I was sick, it's like it's like two different dimensions. And this week's been bananas. So I'm just keeping the stage running. All right, let's do the introduction. Here we go. The key to soul awakening. And those of you who don't understand key, you can see CAY, is a small island in is a small tropical island in the Caribbean. And the reason I call it that is because my spiritual awakening and I can manifest anything. I manifested this life for myself after my spiritual awakening. So it's the key to soul awakening. And I help people do that every single day. I teach them and help them get in through their spiritual awakenings and dark nights of the soul and just spiritual crises. I have lots of different ways I'm active with my clients. But of course, this is not about clients. This is about free readings, and I am going to be talking about a topic. I switched it a little tiny bit just because of what happened this morning, and I generally try to go with like what happens during the day to lead me with what my lessons are. You have no idea how much energy, like physical energy, it takes to like connect to the other side. I do have a long list. We're going to get to that. If you would like to have a free meeting with me, and I mean free, it's free. You don't pay anything. There's no obligation. The link is in the pinned at the top, and the link in my banner. All right, and I also put another link to get on my newsletters, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Anyway, not in a second. What I do in those meetings is I read your karma, I read your blueprint, I talk to your spirit guides through my guides. I forgot to introduce you, they're always here, so when I get quiet, I'm actually listening to them. I can see your past lives, I can see pretty much everything in another dimension about you, and I'm able to explain about your life and why it's so difficult. I haven't had one client yet who hasn't had success, who completely went through the program. And I don't know if you heard the beginning of it. That client of mine just, I want to say she graduated. She came to me and said that she, was ready to just not be here anymore. And that's generally where I get most of my clients who just don't understand why they're here in this life and they really want to give up. And I offer hope. I tell you what you should be looking at and how to flip it around, and I'm going to get to that right now. All right, I do have notes over here. I was going to do this outside today, but first of all, it's wicked hot, and I love this extra screen that Bob gave me. All right, so I have changed the topic slightly, told you about that. You're going to be learning about my process of how I get through things. And the reason I think this all happened is because there's a social media article I saw yesterday. And although it upset me a little bit, I did not read it. I looked at the comments, which upset me more. The article was talking about these women who are anonymous, who were saying that they hate their children, that they hate being mothers, they resent their kids. And I didn't read the article only because I thought it was really bad taste for this weekend. And when I read the comments on the article, I thought, where have we gotten in humanity where we can't even just look at somebody who's struggling and go, okay, this poor woman, rather than like piling on her and talking about like child abuse. Because again, I'm going to tell you what happened this morning, and it made me really think about this article, because I don't know that like there's any mother out there that hasn't ever gotten frustrated, who hasn't ever gotten, when you have a child, it's supposed to be so magical, and then you have like, reality hits you and all the demands and all of that. And it's hard to stay positive. But I found a way to do that, and really that is what I'm trying to clear at this point, is my frustration in not being like the perfect mother, the perfect person, and that's the major one I'm trying to clear now. I do have this perfection tendency, so what I'm going to do is, in between my topics, I talk about different topics during live. If you have a question about what I'm talking about, or you have a comment about what I'm talking about, put it in the chat box, and that goes right to the top of the list. When I read your question, okay, I need to hear that you're here, so I'm going to read the next two people. I'll just call off the names. You tell me you're here, and then I will do your reading. Because I spend too many times reading people right down the list who aren't here anymore, and it's not really fair to the people who already still are here. And I hope you understand that, okay? Hey, Brooke. I have been thinking about you, Brooke. Sorry, everybody. Brooke, I'm going to be emailing you because my guides have come through and talked to me. I talked to Brooke last week, everybody. My guides came through me, Brooke, and I just have all this information. I'm going to be emailing you probably tomorrow, so look for that. And I really hope that you can respond to me and we can, start working together. I'm really excited. All right. So like I said, if I read your name, that means your reading is back up. I haven't not gotten technologically good yet where I can like put your name in here yet. I'm working on it. All right. So again, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Remember, being a mother does not mean you need to be perfect. It does not mean we need to have this 1950s standard of keeping our house clean and being the only one that cooks in the house and keeping everything running and having a full-time job. I want everyone to give them a break. So that's why this card has come out for everybody. You're already doing it, and you need to, stop overthinking, stop stressing, and just know that you are right where you're supposed to be. Okay, let's see. I'm going to open with a prayer, and then I'm going to get in with the questions. And the reason I open with a prayer, I don't know if anybody saw the opening, but when I was recording some of my content, there was like a gentleman standing right next to me the whole time. And I'm going to find my video. He's probably on it. And I had a little child right behind me. So we're going to do a prayer. I'm keeping the sage cooking. So I want everybody just to breathe. Stacy, we're going to breathe. Okay, you're here, you're good, you're dressed, you are on it. Okay, here we go. All right. We're going to take a deep breath. I'm going to count to 10 and then we'll get started. Ready? 1. And as we count, you get more relaxed. 2, 3, 4, 5. Feel the relaxation coming down from your crown chakra all the way through your body. Feel the golden prana relaxing your body from the crown chakra all the way down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In trust we are here, divine source, in all that is oneness, unity, respect, patience, organization, and unconditional love. We ask that the wholeness of our spirit guides, our loved ones in spirit, ascended masters, and our angels be with us during this time of transformation. Please surround us with the white light of the Holy Spirit and keep anything that is negative, entity-wise, in the human form-wise, away from us for today and the rest of the week. And please remind my viewers that they can say a prayer like this every day in order to keep the positivity close to them. We thank you for this now that we're experiencing together, and I ask that you give me as much learning and education as I am going to impart upon my viewers. Please give us the goal. Please help us in our goal to clear our chakras and raise our vibration to the 5D as we live and breathe in every beat of our heart. And so it is. Amen. All right. And there go my oracle cards. I do want to tell you, Bob, I need a new notebook. I realized the microphone was on and you heard me shuffling around trying to find a notebook. Sorry. I just decided you were going to hear me do that. All right, let's see. Who is first? And new people, anybody who's new, make sure, hey Rachel, make sure that you're hitting that like button, you're sharing, and you're subscribing. Okay, so I have Neva and Avinash. If you are here, just say hi in the chat box and I will get to your questions. Those are the first two. So I was listening to my opening, my new opening that I just wrote, and it made me laugh because it was like when those big chunks come off and things get really difficult. So Bob's in the States right now and I'm here with the 2 boys and our cats, and I was welcomed with like my cats who had a fight on my desk. And like, let me just tell you, when a cat hits the sage bowl, it's like, and then like boys, I mean, it's just like, what's with video games, right? Hey Avinash. Okay, so yeah, I'll get back to that. I was faced with my karma this morning, and I'm going to tell you how I handled it. Okay, Avinash, let's see. All right, Avinash. Just to let everybody know that I don't remember reading, so if you come back week to week for a reading, I kind of go like in a different spot because it gets channeled through me. So if you make an appointment at the top of the banner, it's in there, and you link the link that I put at the top of the chat box. If you make an appointment, I don't keep notes on any of my readings, so I will be asking you for your date of birth and everything when we meet, okay? All right, Avinash, give me 1 second. Okay, Avinash, you're an 11 and a 2. And your question is, I want to ask, I want to ask why my separated husband kept on contacting me if he wants to come back. Okay. Oh, this is easy. This is easy, but not simple. Everyone's still, I think as women, we understand that. This guy's trying to keep you on the hook. This person, yeah. He's trying to keep you on the hook. Like, so he wants to know that like you're still around, and he wants like you're okay to get back with him, but he's still out there like looking. So it's kind of like you're like the person in a glass. So like in an emergency, you break the glass and there you are. You really need to, and I usually don't tell people what to do in these situations, but I will tell you right now. Cut it off. Just cut it off. Move on. You're going to be much better without this man, because the longer that you keep up with him maybe wanting you back and, you know, like that sort of thing, you're not allowing yourself to move on your life path. So even though it may be emotionally hard for you to understand that, you need to understand that you are so loved by this universe so much more than this man. So please trade your love, the love that the universe wants to give you and show you, for this like back and forth situation. You're going to be much happier in the long run. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions. All right. Neva, okay, thank you. Neva, I did call your name. All right, Neva, here we go. Your date of birth. Oh, wait, hold on. Bob licks when I do this. Done? Okay. So... Okay, you're a master number as well, Neva. Okay. When will I meet my future spouse? Okay, these questions are always tricky for me, the future spouse questions, because of timelines. So everyone check out the cup I got for Christmas. I'm super excited. Okay, it's the little things, right? Okay, so let me explain to you a little bit timelines, Neva. Our timelines change with every single choice we make. So let's just say, like, I was really frustrated this morning and I was like, screw it, I'm not doing this live. That would have changed my timeline into something else, and probably a little bit more negative. Every single choice, and I'm talking every single choice, changes our timeline a little bit. So it depends on which timeline you are going to be on. So give me a second. And the thing is, there isn't just one person out there for us to love and to marry, okay? Our goal is to make positive choices, get on the positive timeline, and then you'll meet the person who's going to love you best and support you. So let me tune into you now, Neva, okay? Neva, I'm seeing really around you, there's a lot, like I'm seeing a box around you where there is a lot of, and when I mean a box, I mean it's like expectations and rules, and I get the feeling from you, Neva. It's like, well, I've done all of that. I've done it. I've played by the rules, and like, where is it? They're being very clear about this. Your goal. This is what I mean. Like, everything's just so crystal clear. They're telling me, Neva, that your entire purpose in the lesson you're learning right now is to be okay with not following the rules and following your heart. That doesn't even mean with love. That means with like even you know, things you want to do as a hobby, or if you want to go out, like, you know, walking at the, you know, in the pasture or whatever one day, and like people are like, well, you can't do that. If you want to do it, do it. They're telling me that you are very, very, very aware of what you're expected to do. And the thing is, when you become more of who you actually are, who you contracted and plan to be in this life, you will definitely attract definitely a positive person to be with. If you stay on this timeline, you will eventually get married, but it won't exactly be like a easy marriage, because it isn't your most positive timeline. So what I want you to do is work on doing things that make you happy, which may not necessarily be approved by other people. Okay? All right, let me know if you have any questions. All right, I'm going to get to next two questions. I'm going to do Sagittarius Goddess and Gaggy Closet, and then Alicia. So let's see, back to where my topic was. Okay, I already told you about the guided meditations. If you want to sign up for my weekly newsletter, and my weekly newsletter gives lessons, little mini lessons. Like this week, I talked about the levels of existence and the levels of existence our souls have gone through and where we're going, and it's quite interesting. So if you want that newsletter, I put the link up in the banner of my channel, and all you have to do is just sign up for it. It looks like an appointment, but it's not an appointment. It's just giving me your information, and then I will put you on the list, and I will confirm it myself. I'll send you a personal email. Okay. Okay. So why is life so difficult? This is a question I've been asked so many times, and life being difficult is because it's supposed to be. We don't learn anything when it's easy. And I had to think about that this morning with my 2 kids here, and I thought, what am I supposed to be learning from this? And, I thought, number one, I think we're raising the most coddled generation ever in existence because they get a lot of what they want and they expect us to, and like we're their parents, okay, we can do that. But I think my lesson here, and this is the next step for me, is I had to go, what am I supposed to learn from this? And I realized it's not me that I'm supposed to be changing because I'm doing everything I should as a parent. Okay, I don't have to be coddling. I don't have to be nice all the time because if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? I am supposed to set boundaries and I'm supposed to be teaching them. I believe what I'm supposed to be learning here is allowing them to step up to their responsibility. And that's where I got today. And that's kind of what calmed me down. And I was like, cool, house doesn't have to be perfect. But that's what you do. So life is not easy because we designed it that way. All right? But it does not have to be so hard that we want to give up or we're bitter or we're angry all the time. That's not how life's supposed to be either. And if this intrigued you, I would like to have a meeting with you. You just book a free session with me and I'll explain it and I will talk about your life specifically because we're supposed to flow. And when we can flow, we can manifest the life that we want, that we're happy. Happy does not mean easy. Everybody understand that happy does not mean easy. So what we get stuck in, and I'm going to talk about next, is this law of attraction, which we've all been lied to about. So let me get to the next questions. Okay. Let's see here. Sagittarius goddess. If you are here, you're welcome, Neva. And Avash, you're so welcome. Okay, Sagittarius goddess. I'm waiting for Gaggy and Alicia. Just to tell me you're here. Is Apple Pie still here? Just let me know. And I'll go down the list. And Cassie Ann. So any of those who are here, just tell me you're here and I'll do your reading, okay? Let me get to this law of attraction business because we all love the law of attraction, don't we? We all love it, love it, love it. Because what, I'm going to go back. So when I decided, freeze, I missed a part. So when I decided that my kids need to, be responsible. Hey, Cassie Ann, hey, Gaggy, okay, I'll be right there with you. When I decided that my kids need to be more responsible for themselves, I decided what I'm going to do is organize my room. I'll cook dinner. I'm not ordering out because they're so used to that. And then I will clean up my space and they have to clean up theirs. I'm going to lead by example. But what I decided was the path of least resistance. And this occurred to me about 15 minutes before I came on the air. The path of least resistance is exactly how you start to flow with the universe. Because when something faces you and it's so difficult, you're not supposed to knock down that wall. You're not supposed to climb over it. You're supposed to find the path of least resistance. So, okay, you know what? This is how they want to act, and they're going to have to learn the hard way, right? And why am I getting upset? Because it makes me feel like a bad mom. It shouldn't. Because I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I want all the mothers out there knowing that the way your children, especially if they're over the age of 10, the way your children react and act and behave is not a reflection on you. You're not a bad parent. It's them needing to learn their lessons, which they planned themselves. They chose you as a mother, and they need to learn their lessons. All right. Let's go to, hey, Apple Pie, I love your name. I love your name. No, Apple Pie, you're good. All right, so let's get to Gaggy first. Gaggy's one of my longest followers. I'm going to email you too, Gaggy, because I have an interesting offer. Okay. Your current life. What does he think about us? I hate that question, Gaggy, and I can only tell you that because, like, I feel close to you at this point. That when people think about what the other person thinks, it's really putting, oh, hold on, I'm going to switch because I'm excited I made the other, hold on. Everyone congratulate me for doing this, if I can get there. When you focus on what the other person is doing, I can't do, there we go. When you're focusing on what the other person is feeling, you're completely giving your power away to, you. So it really shouldn't matter what this person's thinking, okay? It should matter what you're thinking and what you feel in that relationship. And there's a difference between when you first start talking to somebody and who they are later. Oh my gosh, Bob. Oh my God. Yeah. So Bob had Bob, we own a camper, and I'm debating if we're still going to own a camper because, it's a really nice one. But backing this camper in, like a couple weeks ago, I was going to throw up because it was so tight. I couldn't believe he did this. He was so good at doing this. I literally was going to throw up. It was so stressful. We drove away and he looks at me and he's like, we've been married long enough that I think we got through that. And those are I think you need to have a test like that when you have a relationship, in that to know who they actually are. So when you first meet somebody, yeah, they're great. It feels like Prince Charming. It feels so good. You need to give it some time to see how you feel around them. Gaggy, hold on a second. I'm going to look at your if anybody's looking at my Patreon page, I am doing a sliding scale for because I have so many clients in different countries that I do a sliding scale. So don't let the prices scare you off, because those are my US prices, US full prices. If you were in a position of unemployment or things like that, I completely understand. So if you would like to have support from me, make an appointment and we can talk about it, because I do have a sliding scale. Okay. All right, Gaggy, let me just do this. Yeah, Gaggy, 33.6. Gaggy, I'm still getting a real idea that you need to be more independent. So yeah, this might be okay. They're saying this is going to be like a fun time in your life with this person, and it's your choice. Again, everything is your choice. Make sure that you are happy, though. That's what they're saying. Make sure that you're happy. Okay, and we'll touch base with that on later. All right. Who else? Apple Pie was next. Let me look. Cassie. All right. I'm going to do Cassie because she wrote back first, and then Apple Pie, okay? All right. Cassie. Oh, that's his date of birth. I will talk to you about that later. That's a really good number. Hold on a second, okay? If you're new here and you have questions, you just put your date of birth and the question in the chat box. I may not have time to get to everybody, but if you sign up for my newsletter, which is in the banner, or if you make a free appointment with me, I can talk one-on-one with you. I'm here every Sunday around 11:30. Okay. Who did I just say I was going to do? Cassie. Okay. Cassie. So you're 9. Business venture. Oh, no worries. I really like doing this, Cassie, but thank you. And a man potential status. All right, what I want to tell you right away, Cassie, is your life path is a 9, which is your lessons come through endings. So I suspect, before I dig into this, that you have had things happen and they just kind of come to an end, and you're like, what the hell? And it doesn't have to be relationships, like anything really. Friendships, maybe classes in school, things like that. Just like you learn through endings, and that's okay. So let me tell you about your business venture. Okay, I think it's a good idea. I think it needs to be a little bit more planned out. You're going to need to talk to a lot of people, but if I'm looking down the road in your probable timeline, which I just explained timelines, your probable timeline looks like you have a span between 2 to 5 years where this is really going to kick up. And like any business owner, it's not going to be like the first year and all of a sudden it's like woohoo, unless you're like Mark Zuckerberg. But yeah, you have to stick with it. Okay, thank you. Okay, they're telling me the endings thing is you're going to get scared off. Do not get scared off by things that don't work out the way you planned it. That is just a way to show that you just need to shift things a little bit. Prosperity wise, you will end up very comfortable if you do not get scared off by the actual changes that need to be made to the plan that you have. And Bob knows this running his business. It's like the business you have in mind to begin with never actually ends up being the business that you end up with. So just go with the flow, learn from those endings, learn from things that didn't work out, and keep moving. Okay? I feel like this man with DS has commitment issues and is a little scared. So there is a long-term possibility, but don't put all your energy in it because that will drain you from what you're supposed to be doing. You could long-term end up with this person, but like I said, there's some like commitment issues there. Okay? All right, Cassie, I hope you sign up for my newsletter, and I would like to talk to you. They are actually saying to me, and I know a lot of you hear this, I don't say this to everybody, but Cassie, my guys are telling me that you should make an appointment with me because there's something you're not actually talking about because it's a live stream. Click that link above and make an appointment with me, and let's chat and see what's going on, okay? All right. Thank you, Cassie, for being here. Okay, let's see. Apple pie. Did I say I was going to do apple pie yet? I'm so confused. Let's see here. Bob, did I say I was going to do apple pie next? I don't remember. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to do, I think, or was it Elysia? I'm so sorry. I'm going to try to scroll up here real quick and see. If you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe and like, and then I have a link in the top of my banner for my newsletter, which is the second one in, and the first one's to make a free appointment with me. All right. Apple pie, I think I said I was going to do you next. Yeah. Okay. So apple pie's next. I'm still waiting for Elysia and Sagittarius Goddess, and then Hearts Love Joe would be next. Okay, apple pie. Will I get to my dream school? Apply to my date of birth. Okay. Oh, you are a hard worker. Apple pie. You really you are a very hard worker. Your lifeline's an 8, your life path is an 8, and that's the best number to be for pursuits of business, pursuits of finances. You really, 8s always have a hold on financial things, and it's interesting because a lot of professional athletes are 8 because they have that like talent of sport. They have and the ability. 8s draw in money. Okay. Tricky thing with an 8 though is like they draw in money and either they're really good at keeping it or they're really good at letting it go. It's like there's neither in between. The thing with an 8 apple pie is that 8s tend to end up being workaholics and like cut off emotions, and that's why you're nervous because you don't know how to handle it. You've always been like it's like you like being a top person because like that's who you are, that's how you define yourself. And it's unusual because usually when I meet people like this, I'm getting like a sense that their family is really, really pushing it, but I'm getting a sense that it's you really like doing this, like you like being the best, which could be a karmic thing. And it's called the podium perfectionist, like podium holder, which it's like you like to be the best at all costs, and if you're not the best, it's like devastating. That's your karmic pattern coming through very, very strongly, and that's why you're worried. Okay, let me get to your question. Okay, the way you worded this, the thing if you're good enough to get in, the thing with colleges, apple pie, is that like they have a quota to fill with like how many people from this type of school, how many people from like international, how many people, like it's not as cut and dry as you think it is. So yeah, I absolutely think you're good enough to get into the school you want. It is going to come down to a matter of out of your hands. All right, because they have, and all schools do this, they have to show they have equality. They have to show that they have a balance of people from like all different kinds of backgrounds and everything. And that is what I'm seeing that might get in your way. Waitlisted. They're giving me the term wait listed, and if that happens, just take it. Don't take it as like a hard thing. It's because you are good enough to get it, and they were trying to find you a spot. So at the very least, what you can do is start at a school that you maybe not prefer, and then transfer into the school that you want to go to. Okay, that's I'm seeing a couple different timelines. You are going to end up there though. Okay, so don't get disheartened. All right. All right, Apple Pie, make sure you subscribe and sign up for my newsletter, okay? I would love to keep you around. All right, let's see here. What am I forgetting? The one-to-one, I'm answering a question real quick. The one-to-ones are with me, and it's 15 minutes or longer if my guides need to be longer, and I will be able to explain to you everything about your past lives, your current struggles. I can see where your soul contracts came from, and explain how you can get through and manifest the best life you have. So yeah, the one-to-ones, that's what you want to do. And again, if you are in a different country than the United States, because I'm also in a different country than the United States, and I understand cost of living is different. And I also understand the last 18 months has been like cats in a bag. Well, so I do have a sliding scale. I do offer discounts depending on your personal situation. So when you see the prices on my Patreon page, just understand that those are my, I reach basic prices, and I will work something out with you should you want to have my services. Okay. Hearts Love, I'm going to go, Hearts Love, you're next. And then Neelam and Christina. All right, let's get back to topic at hand. Okay, I want to talk about the law of attraction. All right, and everybody, I want you to, everyone clear your mind. The law of attraction, when I was a teacher, I feel like it was a really long time ago, I used to carry that book around, The Secret. Okay, I used to literally carry it with me because it made me feel better, and it made me think life's gonna get better. And somehow maybe I had that connection with it at that point. But they only told half the story with this, the law of attraction. Because, and I just did a video on this. Bob, can you put the link on here? I sent it to you, the link for 4 ways the law of manifestation, or the law of attraction, is a myth. Okay, not really a myth, but there's 4 things. The biggest thing is the law of attraction has been in your life since the day you were born. And we didn't know it. So every time we get angry or we get mad, we're putting out in our vibration and telling the law of attraction to bring me more stuff to get me mad. So that's why it was important for me this morning to turn it around, or my day was going to get worse. And I'm going to put these on my YouTube like community page. I took pictures on this other video, Charlotte Dobre. I love her. She's so funny. But like she was doing this thing last night, and I took these pictures of like this one who's like, I was diagnosed with like cancer. I lost my job. My father just passed away, and now I just see my car, and my car was like burned out. And I'm like, wow, that is law of attraction doing it backwards. Because when we're presented with difficult situations, not that we should be happy about them, but we should understand that they're lessons and try to find the positivity in it. I'm going to give you a really good example. There are a lot of people in this world right now who are passing over. They are choosing to pass over, and that's a whole different story. I'm not even going to go into that right now. If you would like me to talk about it later, I will. But the people who are passing over due to this issue we have, they have chosen to go for a specific reason. Forget that part. When somebody gets sick, we need to learn that the reason people get illnesses and long-term illnesses, that they're out for a long time, is because it's supposed to be teaching us how to unconditionally love and to take care of somebody, show empathy, show compassion. And when they get sick, and I've been in this position myself where I was bedridden for a year, different story. And for people who get sick and that sort of thing, it's a lesson for us to learn to accept the help, to accept the compassion, because a lot of people are independent and they don't want people to help them. So understand, anything that happens to you, the law of attraction is just waiting for you to know how you're going to react. They don't really give a shit about your vision boards. Really, they don't. What they want is they want your vibration to go out absolutely positively. So when you are positive in any kind of situation, and I'm not talking delirious, I'm just saying positive, all right? And you try to find the good in the situation. Like this morning, I was thinking while I was getting ready real fast, I was like, I'm kind of proud of myself that I handled this. I got on live myself, and everything's fine. And that's what I was focusing on, that like kids are kids, and I'm going to be positive about this and try to figure out how to handle it without being completely like horrible. And that's how the law of attraction works. It's our vibration. Whatever we put out, the law of attraction gives us to it. So, and I'm going to take this one step further. Everyone asks about like, when are they going to get money? When are they going to find like their wife or their husband? They also are putting out lack. So if you say, I don't have enough money, the law of attraction feels your vibration as in not having money, and it matches that vibration where you won't have money. All right. If you're interested in talking to me about this, like I could talk about this for days. Make an appointment with me, because like I really could. It's such an interesting topic to me, and people have it so wrong. Once you go through your spiritual awakening, once you get through your karma, you will be able to manifest anything you want. I do it all the time. Like I've manifested 2 freaking Yankee candles because I can't get them here over Christmas. Just found them in a closet, because I mean, I'm telling you, you will be able to do this once you go through your spiritual awakening. All right, let's get to 40. Okay, only about 20 minutes left. Hearts, right? Hearts love, right? Next, if I'm out of here. Okay, hearts love. Can I have your date of birth real quick, hearts? So when people are taken from our lives of a situation that we don't have control of, she's asking, I wanted to know if this person still likes me and misses me and will reach out to me soon. We lost contact because of a situation we both couldn't help. Thank you. You're very welcome. When we have these situations where they're out of our control and people kind of leave our lives, it's for a reason. Usually that reason is because whatever lesson we had to learn within that relationship, we don't need to learn anymore. Or there is a lesson that you need to learn about not being like in close contact with this person. I need your birth date so I can kind of type into your vibe. I'm thinking the latter is probably true. I'm going to give a second to see if I can get your birthday for Hearts Love Joe, okay? I'm going to put a pin in that and come back to you, hearts. Give me your birth date, okay? Next, I'm going to go to Neelam. You're still here, right? Neelam's always here. I love you, Neelam. Thank you so much. Okay. Why do I have this tension between him and me? Well, really, tension, before I get to your answer, Neelam, the tension is a lesson. Attention is for you to pay attention to whatever's going on, to how you feel, and what is the path of least resistance. So, okay, I see hearts. Let me get back to her 1 second. This is a pretty quick answer for Neelam, okay? And Neelam's a great example. She's here every week, and I always have to do her... I have to do her life path because I seriously don't remember. I have to go back and watch these myself, because when people like, do you remember when you said this? I'm like, no, I really don't. Okay, you're one. Okay, Neelam. I have two answers for this. The first one is just coming from my experience with guys, is that like when there's tension, there's not like, and like you're not like married or anything and that sort of thing. It's not a good situation. Like, move on. But his feelings for you are really superficial. Again, like I said to the woman in the beginning, it's like you're in a glass case and like break it when he needs like, affection. I think you are lowering your standards for this person. And I think you're lowering your standards because you're such a wonderful person. And own how wonderful you are, and move on. Okay. I'm sorry if that was, I tried to say that nicely. Okay. All right. So let's get back to hearts. All right. Let's see here. Okay. 4. That's a good birthday. It's one of my kids' birthdays. Six. Okay, and you were asking me. Okay, your life path hearts is a 6, and a 6 learns their lessons through relationships and family. So that would be why you are focused on this right now. What's this person's name? Okay. This person very much has leadership qualities to this person, and the longer you hold on to this, okay, I'm going to tell you exactly what they're saying. So you've had loss in your life before. And this is kind of bringing up those old emotions in you. Let me know. Just give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Don't give me too much information. But you've had loss before, and sudden loss. And this situation is bringing up in you those feelings from before. I'm seeing an older gentleman. Was it your grandfather? And there's a little dog next to him. They're saying that there's going to always be something better for you waiting. And when you wait, you stop your process, you stop your progress. So make positive choices, know that you're a good person, know that you are doing the best you can in your life, and that's going to move you to your positive path. This person you're asking about may or may not, I don't think his head's in the right space right now, to even focus on anything other than that's what I'm saying, leadership. He's got something going on that he's really focusing on. Okay. Yeah, your grandfather's with you. And there's a little dog, and I'm not sure if that was your dog or his dog, and I'm thinking it was his when he was little. But he's not giving his approval to this, really. I'm just want to let you know. Happy Mother's Day. Okay. It's appearing smaller than a golden retriever. Maybe it was smaller golden retriever, but anyway, hearts, your guides are also telling me that you need to make an appointment because there's something else going on in your life as well. Make an appointment with me. And then everybody else who's new, make sure you like and subscribe this live stream. You can make a free appointment with me up in the banner. I also have it pinned at the top, and you can subscribe for my newsletter at the link next to where it says free session, and I will add you to the newsletter. I give lessons every week in my newsletter. This last week was about levels of existence and where our soul has evolved from, which was really interesting because we have all been we have all been elementals. We've all been protectors, which are like fairies and elves. And I know Bob doesn't like to hear that. I think Bob had like an issue with an elf at some point because he's scared of them. We've all been like plants and animals, and like I really explain how the evolution of the soul happens. The week before that, I just talked about Prince Philip was my favorite royal. So the week before that, I talked about how the royal family has this very strong pattern of sense of duty. I have a video coming out on it. It is very much kind of explains the Netflix, The Crown, Crown versus family. Queen Elizabeth, I feel like horrible for her because that's what she always has to do. But in this video, I break it down. Every single person in that family has a sense of duty issue, and it has like broken every member of that family. And we're seeing that with Harry and Meghan right now. So if you want to get on my newsletter, go ahead and click on the second link on my banner. Okay. All right. Do we have Alicia or a Sagittarius goddess? Or I'm going to skip right down to them. Okay. And Christina's next. Christina, you're still here, I'm sure. Let me just see. Let's see. I was going to go into karma, but I'm not going to. I think I'm just going to ask her questions for the rest of this time. I have about 15 minutes. Remember, when you face a difficulty, it is because you're supposed to learn. The best thing to do is find the path of least resistance within coming from love. All right, and then that means not lashing back, not getting back at people when they do stuff. If you respond by being vindictive and lashing back, it's going to come back on you. That's the law of correspondence. That's not karma, but that will happen. Okay, I'm going to finish out the next 15 minutes of just readings because I thank you all for being here. All right. Christina, I'm coming right to you. Hearts, love, Joe. I'm seeing a cigar. Did he smoke a cigar? Or there's a man who did smoke a cigar, and if you smell that, that's when they're around, and they want you to know they're around. And I'm also seeing white flowers. They remind me of magnolias, but it's not a magnolia. Very sweet smelling flowers. Do you live in the South? Do you live in the South of the U.S.? That's kind of like an area I'm seeing. Maybe that's why I'm seeing the white flowers. But yeah, your grandfather's around you. I kind of feel like you were his favorite. I mean, don't show this to anybody else, but I kind of do feel like you were his favorite. Happy Mother's Day. Okay, Christina. All right, let's see. Oh, Christina, my grandma passed away on Mother's Day too. Isn't that horrible? Christina, remind me your birthday again, okay? No, you're next. Let's go. Christina, that is your birthday, or is that your mom's birthday? Okay, so your mother is showing me a house that is, and I'm hearing the words, the house divided. The house divided, like falls apart. Your mother is saying she's seeing what's going on, and I'm not going to share too much right now because it's live stream. We can talk later. Your mother is saying there's some things going on within your house that are dividing things, and you're not wanting to face it. And you're going to have to face it in order to rectify it. And the thing is, when we don't face things, they just kind of get worse until we have to. It's just this feeling of chaos. And she very much wants you to know that she's there. Like, I'm seeing her try to... It's so funny. I'm seeing her trying to do dishes, like the kitchen, like she sees this like a kitchen and she's trying to help. But she's there to help. But she wants you to know that, again, you don't need to push yourself so hard because you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, except that you're so hard on yourself. And that's what's holding you back. There's also an issue with somebody else in your household who doesn't exactly support what your interests are, and you need to not focus on that and move towards what your intuition's going. Your mom's giving the nod, yeah. Move towards that. Do you have a brother? 2-1. Yeah, okay. Christina, do you have a brother? I don't know if you have a brother. She's talking about your brother. Let me know, okay? All right, I'm going to try to hurry through these. I'm going to get back to Christina. Okay. All right, Lizzie, go. What does Spirit want you to know? I love these questions because, it just kind of lets my mind, wander. All right. Do you ride bikes? I'm seeing a busy street. It's almost like a really busy street with bike messengers. Busy street, almost like New York, Chicago area, but bike messengers, and they're showing me a bike. Do you ride a bike? Yeah, Christina, it was a boy, and that would be why she's bringing it up, because she wants you to know that he's there with her. All right. I'm waiting. Let's go. Okay, so after let's go, yeah, Benjamin is next, and I think I did this one already, right? Shiva, and then I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Rishiara and Rachel. And then, did I miss one? Okay. Hi, Jeanette. Let's go. They're showing me a really busy street. And as soon as you can let me know that that's what I'm seeing, that makes sense for you, don't tell me anything more, but if it makes sense for you. Okay, you live by a busy street. Do you ride, specifically they're showing me a bike or a bike messenger. Hey, Jeanette. Okay, so this street and this messenger, whether or not it's you, they want you to know that when you see this, and really it's like a red top, black pants, black riding pants, they're giving me the huge be careful, be careful, be careful. And I'm not sure if it's because that's you or if this is a person who's going to have harm or going to be not a great influence in your life. It's just huge warning, huge. Hey, Brooke, I don't have you on the list, but I will add you right before I go, okay? Yeah, okay, you don't write a, what I'm saying is there's something about, you're gonna see this, and you might meet somebody who does this, just, they're giving me the warning. And I mean, it's just all about this bike, okay? And I'll give you one more. They show me books. You writing a book? Did you write a book? Or there's this book that I'm just seeing a book, it has a brown cover. But that's my sign for books, so it could be. And it's like happiness around this. And they're pointing to this book saying like, this is where you're supposed to be. So it's either reading or you're writing a book, or you're studying. Okay. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let's go. This is why I ask for like specific questions. I can add to that. Okay. So just let me know. I'm not going to take your question off until, until I have something else. Okay. Benjamin. Okay. For Benjamin, do you have this person's Nikki, do you have her birth date? Could you put that down for me, please? Because you're a 4 life path, which means that you're very logical and you're very solid with solid foundation. You like the truth, which is why you're asking this question. And it's like you kind of don't bullshit around. It's like you just want the truth. You can you're like a human lie detector. So, okay, they're telling me that you already know the answer, but there's been so many different versions of what's been told to you that's why you're asking me. Oh, good, Leshko. Great. Okay, so I'll take it 12th of February. So, sure. So 2. So her attitude number is a 5, which is like it's like the complete opposite of a 4, but that's not her life. What's your attitude number? Let's see here. It's a 7. Okay. I'm getting the sense that she doesn't even know. Like, it's like she's like this free spirit kind of a person, and it's like she doesn't want to feel too held down. Does that make sense? I don't feel that this is a long-term match. Like there's a lot of tension. I don't even feel like it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's like a sister thing, because it's not. Let me see. Let me look at your question one more time. She's got stuff going on. And if I had to guess, her life path is probably a 5, or 3. And those people are very like, not kind of chaotic and kind of like, you can't really nail them down, where you really like just having facts and knowing what's going on. So let's see what you're saying. No, I don't feel another guy, Benjamin. I don't at all. I think she's I think she's loving her independence, and she doesn't know how to tell you that. So your choices here, and again, we always have choices. Your choices here are to allow her independence without pushing too much, because there is a good possibility that she'll come back after she, kind of, like, really, I'm just seeing her celebrate and just being, I feel so independent when I'm seeing, and she's loving that. And to a certain extent, I feel as if you might be boxing. She feels like you're boxing her in. And it might be a good conversation to have, but whatever she says back to you, do not get upset, because that will be the truth. And she's trying not to upset you. Okay? And that's exactly where this tension is based in. Okay? If you want to talk to me further about this, because I don't want to get any more deeper in this, just make an appointment. We can talk, okay? All right. All right. I'm going to jump back to Lesgo real quick. They're pointing to the books, Lesgo, because that's exactly what you should be doing, and like push hard, like study hard. Like that is your life path that you're supposed to be on. Okay. Okay, let's see. I have still going over. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure it's 12:30, but pause, please. Yeah, 12:30. So I will stick around for a few more minutes. Who's next? Who did I say? Rachel and Risha. Let me find out the rest. All right, so I'm gonna take this one off and this one off. I don't really get married. All right, so Shivi. Shivi. Again, these questions about meeting somebody, they're telling me right away, you just need to put yourself out there. The more you do out, and I know that's really hard right now, I'm really sorry. What they're saying though is put yourself out there. Like any way you can get in with other people, I don't know, like social media wise, or put yourself out there, and that's when you're gonna meet people who will be a good match for you. Okay, next one. Let me find out the rest of the year. We'll go career-wise, personal life. All right. 6/20/1994. All right. Career-wise, I'm seeing may not be the job that you want to be doing, but it's solid and it's money, so I would stick with it right now. And just for everybody else's, like, who's the rest of this year is going to be getting slowly better, but we just can't rush it, and we just have to stay positive with what we have right now. Okay. And that's another subject I'll go into later. But yeah, your career, like, it feels solid, but it's not what you want to be doing. You'll get to what you want to be doing, but you just got to stick with this. Okay. All right. I'm going to go right down the list. Rachel, you still here? Rachel, Brooke, and Chrissy. Let me know who's here. If you're new here, make sure that you like this live stream, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, because I'll be doing meditations every day during the day, because like we all need to calm down and chill out. So I'll be doing a guided meditation every day around lunchtime for the East Coast, and then I'll see if I can get up 12 hours later, do it for the other side of the world for my viewers there. And if you want a free session with me, you click in the link, free, no obligation, and I will be able to tap into your life, your past lives, blueprints, all of it, and tell you what your karmic patterns are and how you can clear them. Okay. And then also sign up for my newsletter. It's also free. It's the link right next to the one-to-one appointments. And Chrissy. Okay, Brooke, what do we need to do to receive? Let me just 9 years ago. Thank you. I'm laughing because my guides are laughing, because they just said to me, you know how this game works. And Bob's probably laughing right now too. So it's a game. They deny everybody. You have to appeal, and then you have the interview. So, and I don't know why they do that. because it's such a waste of resources and time. And I know your specific situation, and I'm not sure why, but it's a game. Like literally my guides just started laughing. It was like, you know how this goes. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 kids who have autism and need a moderate amount of support. And I got really upset when they got denied because I think it was President Obama who signed in the autism bill where like anybody with autism automatically gets covered. Well, they got denied. Like, hello, they deny everybody. And then it's like a game to see who comes back. All right. What I want you to do is play that game, and then you're also going to talk to your guides and ask them to make the process easy for you. And I will do the same for you, Brooke. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to talk to you. Okay. But play the game, baby. You'll get there. Okay. And Bob can add in there if he wants to. All right, Chrissy, plateaued. You know what, Chrissy? I think I'm going to end with Chrissy with this statement for everybody, that if you want to have another live, okay, I'm here every Sunday. I'm going to be live every day this week at 12:30. Make an appointment with me. But I want you to hear this. The last 18 months and the last, it was around last July that we switched timelines, and not a good timeline. And I'm not talking anything about anything that's going on in current events. What I'm talking about is all the negativity and the fear that's going on in the world, because our collective vibration has dropped. We need to raise our collective vibration through unconditional love for ourselves, positivity, and unconditional love for other people. Even if we don't agree with them, we remember that they're still human and we are all one. And that is how we're going to raise this vibration and get rid of all this negativity and fear. All right. So when she's saying she feels like she plateaued, there's such a there's such a collective feeling that's plateaued, because really when there's negativity and there's so much fear in the world, not just within one person, not within one town, not in a state, not in a country, the world has so much negativity going on right now that it's bringing everybody down unless you know how to get around it. All right, so I'm going to get to you 1 second, Chrissy. If anybody else has a question, Bob, I'll take a couple quick ones if you want to put them on the list. Let's see. Remember, path of least resistance, okay? All right, Chrissy, let's see. Chrissy, you and I are almost the same age. You're 4. That's why you feel like you plateaued. Hey, Karen. Hey, Rachel. Rachel, I'll get to yours now, too, okay? Chrissy, I feel like you plateaued because you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing right now, or what you did. I have a client like this who worked for the industry. I'm just going to use the word industry. She worked industry for a very long time, hated it, made good money. Lots of bad things happened to her. And now, because her vibration and her karma has kind of overtaken her whole life, she's literally stuck. No job. She can't get another job. And I'm like, do you want another job like this? Because you hated it. And that's what I'm seeing here. Hold on. Your last name's throwing me off, so give me a second. Or you actually do like to bake. So, let's see. Yeah, they're telling me your last name is not a mistake. You're supposed to be doing something that is sweet. Why is the word sweet? Sweet. But children. Lots of children around. Are you a teacher, or would you like to be a teacher? I mean, there's little kids. I'm talking like 3-4 years old. There's lots of little kids around. This is the direction you should be looking. And maybe I'm seeing like sweet treats because it's like a bake sale type of thing. Are you a stay-at-home mom, or you want to be a stay-at-home mom, or like they're showing me this and it's like this is where you should be, but you're not. Maybe that's what's going on. You're not enjoying it. Whatever's going on, it's like you're not enjoying whatever you did, but I'm seeing like a lot of little kids. Okay, grandson. Okay, grandson. Okay, find your joy with that grandson, and then look to see, you're going to try to match that emotion. So when you're with like kids, feel how you feel, and then figure out what to do in your life that gives you that same feeling. And it doesn't matter how weird it is. Like if it's even like worm farming, like whatever you want to do that gives you that same feeling, like being around these little, you know how little kids are, like yay, you know, try to find that feeling. And it does not matter what it is. It doesn't have to be traditional, okay? This word sweet keeps coming up though, but okay. All right, let's see, Rachel, and then Karen. Rachel, anything from my brother? Okay, so they're teasing you, Rachel, either about a car or the way you drive. Let me know, okay? Oh, I get it, Chrissy. Okay. Chrissy, if you want to make an appointment with me because I'm running out of time, go ahead and do it and we can talk more, okay? Rachel, let me know what that means. They're talking about a car. They're teasing you about a car or the driving. And your mom's still here, and her health's not great, and they're just saying they're watching everybody's with them, but they're watching that specific situation. All right, if I did not get to you, I have a few more I'm going to do, but if I don't get to you, I want you to make an appointment with me. It's free, no obligation, links above, and also sign up for my newsletter, subscribe, and click that bell for here, okay? Karen, I don't think so, Karen. I think you are, I'm just going to say what I have in my head. I think it's kind of something you've made up, and like there's no other explanation that like is logical for you. So that's the one you're going with. And like I said, we can talk more if you make an appointment. Okay. I'm really sorry I'm not getting to everybody else. I'll be back on Sunday. Next Sunday, I am starting my mini meditations tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. For anybody who wants to come in, I'm going to do a live guided meditation just so we can all like raise our vibration and calm down. If you have questions, you can go to my Facebook page. Oh, I forgot to do that. Here's my private Facebook group. You can join. You do have to make sure you answer the questions before we accept you, because I don't like accepting people who I don't know who they are, just because as a matter of safety. All right. Anything. And then I just want to show you real quick. When we talk about karma, our karma is passed along in the family. And I'm going to talk more about this next week. Okay. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell and like this. Please share this on your social media, because I have lots of great things coming out. Jeanette, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. And Valley Shy, I'm sorry I didn't get to you. Let's see. What you guys need to do is get here early. That's why I started early, and just get your name on the list, okay? All right, blessings to everybody. Make sure you stay positive today. Have a happy Mother's Day. Remember, mothering means you don't have to be perfect. You just have to love. All right, enjoy your Mother's Day, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, for the first midday meditation.